Have you ever wanted to know about the future, love, dreams, money,
Sucks bodies?
well, then you're in luck because we read tarot cards.
And we do it seriously.
We know we're being funny, but it's real. Real magic.
We used to be an Instagram live show.
And then a live show in front of an audience.
Yay! And now, a podcast.
So sit back, relax, and trust the process.
Welcome to The Tarot Show.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to
The
The
Tarot,
Tarot
Show.
Show.
So you've decided to join us again. We're happy to see
I
you.
didn't scare you away.
Yeah, with our episode last week. It was a little blue.
It's a little blue.
Not in the...
Crass way.
Right. In an actual... In
Yeah.
a tone way.
Yeah.
The room tone was blue. Welcome to the Tarot Show. This is an episode where we're doing a deep dive on a card, and this time we're doing a deep dive, getting all up in the guts.
Ew.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh my God, I'm a boy.
It's disgusting.
I'm a teenage boy.
Perverted. Anyway, we're rearranging the guts of
The two
of
of wands. The wand is a little phallic, so it kind of works.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be talking a little bit more about that. But in the meantime, we should talk about something that's upcoming. That's very exciting.
Yes.
Sorry, you could probably hear the cats. Oh my God, Lyle. He's like, you stopped paying attention to me for 2 seconds.
He wants to be a star so bad. 2 episodes ago, he sneezed. Last episode, he was breathing on the mic.
He was a full breath. And this episode, he's like doing Foley in the background. Oh, buddy.
He's gonna all about Eve us. I don't like that.
We have a live show coming up on March 29th, the Friday at 10 p.m. at the UCB Theater. Tickets are live if you want to go to ucbcomedy.com to check them out. Or you can follow us at our Instagram page where we'll be posting about it.
At the Tarot Show
444.
Follow it.
Yeah, please.
Also, oh gosh, I
What?
can't believe I'm about to say this out loud. If you guys listen to our podcast, would you mind following? Maybe give us a rating.
Ooh, yeah.
A like and
5-star.
subscribe.
Oh, wow. Cute.
Right? Can you? Wow.
It's giving influencer.
It's giving. But yeah, it'd be really nice if you guys did that.
Yeah, that would like cure your depression, right?
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure, no pressure.
No pressure, no pressure.
Well, speaking of, Hannah,
Yeah,
how you been since last week?
I'm better.
Oh,
I'm feeling better. I'm coming out of it.
you seem a little bit better.
Yeah. The joke is that now I've started my period. So now I'm not in a sad K-hole, but now I'm crampy,
Yeah.
grumpy.
Yeah.
Are you sad? Yeah. Are you feeling kind of mad? Yeah. But I'm fine. Who cares?
You're getting through it.
Yeah.
Well, and you weren't alone today. I had such a bad headache today.
I know. My poor tickles.
I know, and you took care of me. You made me rice with a little bit of curry.
Did you like it?
I did. It cured my headache.
Mm-hmm.
It did make it go away.
Yeah.
There's probably something in that, but I'm not going to look too closely at that.
Nah, leave that right there.
Yeah, well, that's for other people to talk about.
Yeah, leave that stone unturned.
If there's one thing I'm going to do, it's leave it unturned. Yeah. I'm someone who has famously been able to delete messages without listening to them. To like, if someone I didn't like wrote me an email, I'll just straight up delete it. If I think it's going to make me feel bad, I don't need to know.
That's so fucking cool. It really is.
Yeah, it's a weird superpower,
Yeah.
but it's all mine.
It's all yours.
The amount of breakup texts or whatever. Nope. Delete, block, bye.
What if they were like, I want to get back together?
I don't care.
God, that's so powerful.
I also feel like if that's the case, they'll find a way. It's like, have you heard that sort of urban legend about the woman who went on maternity leave and when she came back, highlighted it all, deleted. If they really
Wow.
need me, they'll find me now.
Okay, that rocks.
It's a nice little segue. I'm sure the listeners are curious. I was talking so much about Lone Star.
Yes, we
And
need
I
a Lone Star
stopped.
update.
I stopped talking about it because, here's the joke. Of course, everyone shows you their green flags right away. And then it was like, here's my huge red flag. Very recently out of a relationship.
Yeah.
Which is not anyone's fault. It just is what it is. obviously I'm not like driving towards marriage or anything. I was very happy to just like kind of like live in the moment, hang out. Also, too, it's a little unfair because, it's not like Lone Star knows that I'm like hanging out with the prisoner every weekend.
Right.
And the prisoner is being like, hey, I want to take a bath in your bath. Can I come over and take a bath in your bathtub?
He always wants to take a bath with you.
I know. But anyway, so I don't know what's going on with anything ever, really, is the truth. I have taken it as an opportunity to practice the advice I've given everyone else, which is to just truly, assume the best, always. Just assume the best. It's not personal. What's the best case scenario? Assume that. Whereas like it's so hard to not just hear someone say like, oh, I just got out of a relationship and be like, well, they don't like you or it's rejection or whatever, but just being like, okay, they did. And then also too, decenter it. Yeah. Which is really, really hard, but is possible again with discipline and just sort of being like, okay, I will say yes to other things, or like tell the prisoner it's drag brunch and be like, hey, do you want to come? Yeah. Sort of go open the other windows and see if a bird flies in.
Let's try to get a bird in the house.
Tweet. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, trying to get a bird in the house is so funny. Always trying to get it out, but trying to get it in.
Trying to get a bird in, even harder. And nobody talks about that.
Nobody lets you know that. And then you grow up one day and you're like, wow. If only I'd listened to my mother. All right. Any more updates? Anything else cool?
No.
Hannah just held the microphone to her butt.
My ass.
my ass.
My ass. Nope. No updates from me, dog.
We're watching Shogun.
Oh yeah, I'm liking it.
I'm into it. I watched all of one day. It made me cry so much that my face changed its shape. Oh, it was all swollen. Oh, I know. I'm such a water sign. I cried when they got together. They had to go through so many things. Anyways, I won't spoil it beyond that, but that episode in Paris, y'all, if y'all watched it.
I know, I haven't watched it yet. With your endorsement.
Oh, I'll watch it with you again.
It's now on my list.
I mean, we've only watched Normal People 3 times, so.
I love Normal People.
It's probably about time to do that again.
Yeah.
Well, should we cleanse our bodies, Han?
Hell yeah. I've been doing it slowly. I'm drinking a lot because my uterus hurts.
From the womb to the tomb. Speaking of your uterus. Tastes like Midol. Oh! Oh, yeah. I'm watching it hit you. Your face looks like mine when I was watching One Day. Yeah, like I'm about to shoot, like squirt tears out of the corners of your eyes.
Like an anime character?
Yes. Exactly.
Do I make too many weird noises?
Let us know.
Let us know. I'm going to put up a poll. Follow us on Instagram and put up a poll. Am I making too many weird noises?
You know what you have to do, though? You have to put a lot of answers. You can't just do yes or no. You can be like, yes, but I want more.
Right. Or like, you could, no, but you could dial it back.
Or no, I demand more.
Yeah.
I listen for the noises. And I'm sure one person will say yes to that. And it will be your boyfriend.
Right. And then the other person will be like, shut the fuck up. And it'll be whoever took a crap on our patio.
Yeah, I guess.
Our one hater. We have 4 loyal fans and friends of the pods and 1 hater.
We have 4 people sitting at the dinner table with us.
And they are Jessica Jordan,
King Jess,
Moon Man, a.k.a. Proto Moon, FKA Funky Boss, Fozzie Bear, my freaking boyfriend.
Yeah.
Is the prisoner around?
The prisoner's around, but the prisoner's not listening.
Okay.
Thank God. The prisoner wouldn't be mad about anything, I think, except for the fact that I just outed that he wants to take a bath with me.
And you know what? Anyone would be lucky to take a bath with you, Diggy. So,
I'm a bath-taking woman.
And prisoner, if you're listening to me, you can suck my butt if you're ashamed of that, okay? Oh, who I'm forgetting? Genevieve from Canada. And then our one hater / cursor, Crappy.
One hoop crappy. I was thinking about it. So yeah, in our last podcast, if you didn't listen, I, in our cursing, revealed to Hannah that we had been cursed. And so I tried to curse back the person. It looks as if a human person took a crap on our deck and left a closed earring hoop next to it. But I was thinking about it, and it's like, was it for sure a person? The other option is that it was like a coyote or something, like a magic animal also left the hoop next to the crap.
Right. Or a coyote took a crap and then a person put their earring next to.
Like they were like, is this crap as big as my earring? Oh, it's way bigger. Well, I'm going to leave that there.
As an offering.
I imagine like one of the ravens or something like left it as a bauble.
Oh.
But why did they put it next to the crap? Because a raven's not going to crap like that.
No.
So that's a 2 being job.
Okay. Wow. Oh my God. Has our podcast extended to the animal kingdom?
No, I think it's a hater.
Fuck.
It's got to be a human. I can't see 2 animals working together in tandem like that.
No.
I mean, it's just so weird.
Yeah. It's all I can think about.
I think it's why I had a headache today.
I think so.
I think it's what made your period start now.
I think there's 3 things that I think about. 1 is the new FX show Shogun. 2 is whoever crapped in our yard and left a bauble. And 3, that the prisoner just wants to take bubble baths with you. Those are the things.
He did specify that we should be facing each other in the bath. It's the funniest thing that's ever happened to me.
I love him.
We could probably start like if we were like doing a behind the wall Patreon, we'd do a full other like episode that's just like a deep dive investigation into who crapped, how we could try to figure it out and maybe prevent it. And like, what if they're coming back?
Yeah.
Maybe I should get like a ring or something. Although, would you want to know?
No. Well, I mean, I do want to know, but yeah, we should set up like a camera, one that doesn't sell our data to the police.
Just a woman crapping.
I just want a camera for crapping, not for the surveillance state.
Although if we had a ring on the deck for all our huge parties, that might be kind of hilarious to go through that footage. But definitely a huge breach of our friends' privacy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not very nice. But yeah, I think a ring camera. Ooh. Well, now I'm like intrigued. I think we would see some things we don't like.
Yeah.
I think we live in our house, there's something very weird about where we live.
Yeah.
And I think we are protected. I've always felt very safe here.
Me too.
But there is something amiss.
Well, and when you start adding it up, right? Because I also had to tell you that someone went through all the mailboxes on that street and like opened everyone's mail and like threw it all on the street. Right. So I had to text our landlord and be like, can we get like a mailbox that locks, please?
Right.
And they were like, I'll look into it. I'm like, okay. And they know it's sketchy around here too. But also remember that time someone tried to come into our house?
Yes.
In the middle of the night?
Yes.
We had like a 3rd roommate at the time. And all I remember is I was like in my bedroom. It was like midnighty.
I think it was later.
2 a.m.
Yeah, something like that.
And Hannah and our other roommate at the time both come into my room.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you guys were like, Dickie, someone's trying to get in the house. And I got up and I went to go look. And someone was, in fact, opening the door.
Yes. Because I remember I heard the sound of like the front door, like that kind of like shimmy of like someone trying to open a locked door.
Yeah.
And I at first thought it was one of you guys just coming home late.
Right.
So I kind of just ignored it. And then I heard her be like, guys, like call our names, be like, I thought we were all home. It was so fucking freaky. And then I like came out. She was out of her room. And we were just like, you're here. I'm here. Is Dickie here? Like we were both, Dickie? And then you were like, what? And we're like, oh my God. It was so scary.
But I was also living in that moment. Because I was like,
right.
They came to me.
You got to be dad.
I got to
and
be
you're
dad.
Literally wearing your big dog dad sweatshirt.
Yeah. It's a big dog sweatshirt. It says, I am the big dog dad. Just always playing my own character game.
Man, it's too bad there's already a podcast called Call Her Daddy.
Daddy gang.
Because, should have been you.
I'm going to take down Alex Cooper myself. I remember yelling at the door, like, I'm going to call someone or like, Hey, you've got it wrong.
Wrong house.
You don't want to do this, buddy. I see you. I'll do something.
Okay, I'll get you.
I'll get you.
I'm going to call Celino and Barnes.
Yeah, and then they did. They left. And then I told my boss about it, and he overnight Amazoned me a crowbar.
And we still have it.
And we still have it by the door. Anyways, if you poop on our deck, I'm going to hit you with a crowbar.
Yeah, if you know where we live and you try to get in here before, just listen up. We have a crowbar.
We have a crowbar, and I'm going to take it to one of your joints.
Bitch.
While you're squatting, I'm getting you in the kneecap.
Okay, if you're still with us.
I'll cut a lot of that out. Or will I?
I hope you don't. If you're still with us, we're going to get into it. We have blessings and curses, and we're going to do a deep dive, and we're going to learn about the Two of Wands.
I love the Two of Wands.
Really?
No. Blessings. I would like to bless how good cats smell. They smell so good.
Their bodies?
Yeah. Have you ever smelled Hunk or Lyle?
It's been a while.
There's a reason why they smell so good. A, they constantly clean themselves. And their saliva does not have the same thing that dogs do that gives them that like Frito smell in their feet. Mm-hmm. Here, get a big whiff of Hunk. He's on the couch right next to Hannah.
Yeah, it smells pretty good.
So the reason, which I love, it's because not only do they clean themselves so fastidiously, it's that they're in the sun so much that they kind of bleach out any of the germs. And that's why they smell like clean laundry brought in from the outside, from within the sun. They're the exact same kind of smell.
Wow.
Because they all in the sun all the time.
That's really cute.
I know. But anyways, I was researching it before I said it because I was like, I don't want to be lying about this. And when I typed into Google, why does my cat smell good? The endless Reddit threads on like huffing your cat. And why am I obsessed with how my cat smells? And my cat smells so good. And everyone talking about it. It's a phenomenon.
Do you think people who like the smell of cats also maybe have that parasite in their brains?
Toxoplasmosis or whatever?
Yeah.
Because actually that doesn't happen a lot.
Okay.
Like you're more like, they scare pregnant women with that. Like if you have a cat, like it could be in the litter box or whatever. Oh. And you don't want to get it. But actually you're more likely to get it from just being out in the garden than you are from like a cat having it. Because it's just not that common.
I see.
But I do think I have that because I didn't used to love cats like I do.
Right.
Cats just are so misunderstood that I think once you finally do understand them, you're like, oh, I am obsessed with these things. They're easy. They have such personalities, especially black cats, right? But I behave as if I have that disease because now if I see a cat, I'm like, oh, like even just like on the street or something, I'm like, oh, I want to hold it and put my face in it. I like that. And like I would die for them. But also the main thing of that disease is it makes women more social and it makes men more antisocial.
Oh.
It like affects you by like the chromosomal gender.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Like makes men go insane and like live in a basement and women throw parties. And it's because it affects mice. When mice get it, the things they were afraid of, they become emboldened by. So if they smell like cat urine or whatever, then they aren't scared and they go out and then they're more likely to be eaten.
And women are more like mice.
And men are more like pee.
Rats.
They're crazy, Hannah. They're more like the Unabomber is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hannah, do you have a blessing?
Yeah, I want to, this is okay. So this goes hand in hand with, this is a story you don't know. I want to bless. The other night I found in my room.
Oh my God.
A little slug.
A slug?
A love slug?
A love slug?
A love slug. A live slug. Not a big girthy guy. He's probably like 1.5 inches long. Okay. Little guy, but had his little weird
antennae?
eyes. Yes. Isn't that so fucking weird?
Where in your room?
Maybe like a few feet from my door, like kind of under my chest of drawers. I looked and I was like, oh, I thought it was a leaf. And I go and I say, like, this little trail.
Oh.
Like how?
I know, from where?
When? Where?
Who?
And like there's all kinds of critters been in my room.
It's true.
There's always like a lizard. There's been so many lizards in my room.
I catch them all.
Yeah.
Except for the time Hunk caught one.
Right. And except for the one that shed its skin right in front of my dead grandma's photo and then it just left. We'll talk about that another time. That's a whole other thing. That was a sign from I don't know. That's a whole other thing. But anyway, there's always weird shit going off in our room and in our house. And there was this little slug. But you know what? It was really sweet. Yeah. And I just got a little piece of paper. It crawled on it. I let it outside. But that was a first.
Dang.
Spiders, lizards, probably a mouse here and there.
I've seen a mouse once.
Yeah.
It was before you moved in. My roommate's boyfriend famously grabbed it with an oven mitt.
Oh, yeah.
And just put it outside. The boy from Kansas, man. This Kansas man.
Corn-fed.
Literally. Hunk was kind of a baby, and I tried to put Hunk to be like, look, it's a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, not for me, mate.
Mm-hmm.
And we weren't like screaming, but I was definitely like, okay, what the fuck? How am I going to do this? You know, like kind of keeping it boxed. Anyways, a slug.
A little slug. How often does a slug... do you find a slug in your house?
I've never seen a slug inside. I've seen like one or two outside, but
yeah,
only on like the aloe vera plant.
So anyway, snaps to that guy. Thanks for coming to say hi.
Do you think slugs also smell good because if they're in the sun?
Put some salt on it.
No. Time to bless.
Time to bless that slug.
That slug.
Even if it came from the cursed thing. That's weird.
It is weird. We have now lit 2 candles for our blessings. Now we will curse things, and when we curse them, we blow out the candles. So it's time for curses. I would like to curse the semi-truck that almost squashed me today.
What?
Another story you didn't know.
Oh my God.
Driving home on the 5. You know, after you merge from the 134 onto the 5, you have to get over. Otherwise, it forces you to like get into the lane where you're going to exit onto Colorado.
Yes.
So I get over, and there's a semi-truck in the lane just to the left of it. And I'm keeping an eye on it. You always do when you go by them. And it starts coming into my lane. And I give my horn a little tap, which is that's the part that really stings, because like I almost got squished, and my last little parting action was to go beep.
Let's go whimper.
Hey. Yeah.
Hey, no worries if not.
No hard feelings.
No hard feelings. All good.
Oh, hey, could you not? Yoo-hoo. It was truly the most yoo-hoo of a horn. Yoo-hoo.
No.
And it came in more into my lane, and so I was forced to just, without even being able to look, go into the lane to the right.
Oh my God.
I know. And so I had to just avoid it. And I just got lucky that there wasn't a car there.
That's so scary.
I know. And it truly was like that thing that's like after it happens and you're like, that was a really close call. And then also it didn't even come into my lane.
Right.
It figured it out and went back. And it was in a line of semi-trucks too. So it was at the front. So I was imagining the semi-truck behind being like, dog, like,
yeah. Break 4, big buddy.
Breaker.
Right. Don't break her.
So anyways, I would like to curse that semi-truck for not just for almost squashing me, but for almost squashing the most compliant me.
That's not how you can go out.
No, I truly almost went out like this. Okay. Well, hey now. Hey.
I hate that.
I did a beep in all lowercase.
Beep.
Beep. But Californians don't like to beep, so
Right.
that's a thing.
Yeah.
So it's conditioning, I'm sure, but
okay.
Han. Got a curse in your heart?
Yeah. I want to curse group texts.
Yeah, I know you hate group texts.
They stress me out. And I don't want to be left out if it's important. And there's some that I'm in.
I know.
And I like them.
We're in a bunch together, and it's so funny to watch you. I know exactly. You drop out when there's four people.
I can't.
You can't do it anymore.
Can't do it. I'm so sorry. I'm overstimulated. I'm simple. My little brain can only, it's too much for me.
You don't love the notifications clicking up because everyone's ha-haing the same GIF.
And then, okay, if we're in a group text and one of you has a fucking Android. So if everyone doesn't even have an iPhone, then it's like this green color I don't like. And then it's like, so-and-so liked this. It's like, bury me. I wish, beep, kill me.
Beep, beep. Oh, hey.
I just don't like it. It's stressful. It's a bad way to communicate.
Also, no one's communicating. They're
No.
they're pontificating. They're joking. They're figuring out plans.
Logistics in a group chat. I'm sorry. I simply must go die. I have to go under the porch and die.
The amount of times I've texted, when Hannah gets back from work, I'm sure we'll figure it out.
God bless you. God bless you.
Even though I know you're seeing it. Because
or if I'm sitting literally right next to you.
I'll do it then too. Because you should not be asked to participate in that.
I can't do it. I'm weak. I'm weak. I'm sick and I'm small. I'm weak. I'm sick. I'm small. I'm simple. A feeble mind. I can't do it.
Well, guess what, Han? You don't have to.
Thank you.
Do you remember the time I removed you? This was early in our friendship. This is when I think I secured Hannah's love forever. You had just moved in with me, post big breakup, all that. So you were in a fragile state then. And I was very aware of this.
Yeah.
You were on a massive email thread, like chain. How many people were on that chain? Like 16, 18,
yeah,
20?
like that.
And it was all about Ryan Murphy's The People versus OJ. And like watching it together as a group and stuff. And anyways, the chain just never ended. And it was all used to be people. So it was all jokes. And I literally, to remove you from this without it being weird, I made a new Gmail for you that was Hannah A. Garces at gmail.com, which I knew would work because there's so many A's already that like you wouldn't see it.
Yes.
I made that email and then I took you off and I put Hannah A. Garces at Gmail on. And then someone was in the middle of a joke frenzy. And so it just got like swept away. And you were just like simply removed.
It was like a sweet, you euthanized me so humanely. And I'm always indebted to you for many reasons, but that was a huge one. You're like, I did you a favor. I'm like, what? And then you gave me the password for that too. So I could go in and look, but I haven't looked at it. And then I think some people did take that email.
Yes.
To
there are 2 emails
reach out for me. It's so funny if it's like, hey, do you want to audition for what's funny?
Wild and Out.
Hey, do you want to be on Wild and Out? And I missed my opportunity to be on Wild and Out.
Do you want to be on Wipeout?
To be on Wipeout
And break your back?
Kind of.
How did you blow your back out? I was on Wipeout. It was those big red balls.
John Cena laughed at me. Is that the right show?
Went ass over tea kettle. Yeah. Great curse, Han.
Thank you. Thank you for getting me out of there.
Let's blow it out.
Okay.
The 2 of Wands.
2 of Wands.
Han, you want to go ahead and describe her for the listeners?
So the 2 of Wands shows a person immaculately dressed, clearly has money and status. He's looking out over a port, holding a globe, a crystal ball, 2 wands. He's holding one of them. One is anchored to the wall. He's like in his palace. Anyway, that's what it looks like. It's just a guy plotting, scheming even.
Longing,
for sure.
This belongs to a unique little subsect of cards for me, which is called unique hats. Fun hats. It's called Fun with Hats. And this card is having fun with its hat. He's got a little red, almost crown type hat.
Yeah.
Looks like Jughead.
He does look like Jughead.
So he's wearing a fun hat. And if you were to describe this card in one word, what would it be?
I would go with insatiable.
What
about you?
I would go with pussy.
Interesting.
Pussy, comma, don't be a.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like when someone is saying that to themselves, like, don't be a pussy. That kind of feeling behind it. Or maybe the card is kind of whispering that a little bit. It's like, hey, pussy. Hey, pussy. Like in the original Mr. and Mrs. Smith, when Angelina Jolie was yelling at it over the chasm to Brad Pitt. She's like, pussy.
Oh, yeah, because she like fucking like zip lines.
Yes.
Across a couple
He's like,
skyscrapers.
I think he goes, bitch. She goes, pussy. That's the energy I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I dare you. To me, it's giving, it's not one word, but the image of Tom Hardy in Inception when he's like, dare to dream a little bigger, darling, with the bigger gun.
Yeah.
But like that literally, as in like, dare
yes
to dream a little bigger. This is a funny card in that most people get it very confused with the Three of Wands because they look so identical. And honestly, for our pulls for a long time too, I'd always have to double check and be like, okay, the 3 has more of a feeling of this or that. But now I feel like I've got them pretty delineated. I saw a really great metaphor that was saying the 2 of cards is like when you get your dealt a hand of cards and you're still sort of placing them in your hand, like moving the cards around into the hand that you want. And the 3 of Wands is like when you've placed your bet and now you're waiting to see what happens.
Ah, interesting.
That there's the idea of like the 2 of Wands is sort of trying to figure it out, decide, and the action has already happened, but now you're sort of waiting for the next steps.
Right. And that makes sense too with like the numerology of it, because like it's an early on in the suit itself. Like you're just coming off of this like Ace of Wands energy, which is like inspiration is struck. You have the idea. 2 is getting your ducks in a row, and that pull between what needs to be done, what you've already done, and like the sort of like almost indecision.
Yeah, I saw someone else too on a Reddit thread say that they're comfortable with the 3 of Wands. They're dubious with the 2 of Wands because you could still change. You could not do it at the 2. Like it's not necessarily happening. You're figuring out if you're going to or not. And I think you could see that too in the symbolism of one of the wands you can see completely and the other is hidden behind part of the fence.
Right.
And so there's sort of like one wand is like planted firmly on the castle ground and being like in its cozy comfort where it's home and knows what it's good. And the other one is just starting to venture out. And it's like, are you going to follow? Because it's cozy and you might not go.
Right.
But you should. Probably. Maybe. You're thinking about it.
Interesting. I think
Get situated.
I got situated. Okay. Because I have read, I'm interested to talk about this. Okay. Some sort of, not necessarily conflicting, but different reads on this card.
Yes.
Which is definitely about, I think like the agreed meaning is sort of this like planning and plotting and like looking ahead. But also I was reading Elliot Adams' books about it, and his interpretation of it is kind of this like restlessness and this sort of idea of like, I will be happy when, even getting things you want won't make you happy kind of thing. Or like, and I think that's where what informed my idea of like insatiable, where it's like, it's always on to the next, always can be better, always. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think that that's definitely a piece of it. That is sort of like the human condition where it's just like, yeah, you become rich and famous and you still, if you don't fill the actual hole, you won't get, we've been talking about this a lot lately. Some of our friends that have sort of gotten literally rich and famous are still the kind of people that are always looking over their shoulder in a way.
Yeah.
And there is an acknowledgement of that, especially in looking into that sphere with the world, that I see a piece of this card can be about the grass is always greener and not really being present. But for insatiable, I kind of think of it more as, I do think of longing. Like, to me, it's like hand on the glass window looking out when it's like raining. And the card, I think, almost urges you to do something about it and break that.
Gotcha.
Is a little, because I feel like the 2s are about needing to make choices in a way.
Right. Definitely.
And all the 2s are about different paths in front of you. And this one does have a feeling a little bit to me of stuck. And maybe that's where insatiable comes in.
Right.
Your little cycle of that will fix it. This will fix it.
Right.
To me, and this is definitely our conditioning and our millennial age, but like, if I lose 10 pounds.
Right.
Well, when I lose 10 pounds, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, but yeah, when you do, it doesn't fix the problem. So yeah, I definitely think that that's a big flavor of the card.
Yeah.
And then in reverse, I think it can be about limiting beliefs and sort of not having faith in yourself to make any of this, or that supreme indecision because you're like worried about not getting what you want.
Right. Dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're both within the card for sure.
Totally.
So like in a love reading, I think that element of like insatiable can be sometimes a bad thing when you pull it, where it can be someone that's maybe like always got an eye elsewhere.
Totally.
Or trying to decide what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Should I stay or should I go?
Right.
But if it's about a new relationship, it can be about, do I take that step or not?
Right. I read a couple of things about it in a reading too, where it can be about, more on the idea of like looking outside yourself for validation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think in a love reading, that can be advice to the querent. Whereas like, do you like this person actually, or do you just want a person?
Or is this like comfy?
Yes.
And you are afraid to not be comfy.
I also saw more specific about like a new person in your life, where it can represent someone who comes into your life with an offer of comfort or like love or money even, and they might already be married or in a relationship.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Especially
like holding that globe.
yes, and it's like
promising
a very
the
rich
world.
person, or a very, even just if they appear rich or, or have status in some way. It's kind of a sugar daddy card almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yum.
Well, that's what I think when I hear sugar daddy. Yummy sugar. I
Take
love
care
sugar.
of me. Help me.
Bring me into the castle. Astrologically, this card is associated with
Aries.
and the planet of,
Mars.
and so that is this type of sign.
Fire.
Woohoo! Gold star, Hannah.
Thanks.
That's pretty much all I've got on it,
Yeah.
other than your favorite section.
Yeah.
And now for the Two of Wands in pairings.
Cute.
And there's a lot actually for the Two of Wands, I think, because it is so much about needing to make a decision or wanting to do something, being so future oriented. There are a lot of pairings.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this one was interesting. The Two of Wands and Temperance often show up together. They show up a lot together.
Oh.
Which is funny. I've never really read that about cards, but thinking back, I'm like, I do think that that's true. Especially the Temperance pops out so much for us.
Right. And Temperance is also associated with fire signs. It's associated with the sign of Sagittarius. And it also has this duality, push and pull, balance.
Yes. And that's literally what it means, is that balance will happen no matter what, usually some sort of cooperation in ideas or business. But that you have like a good balance. Whatever balance is needed.
Yeah.
Will be there. So it's sort of like an endorsement to like, yes, go ahead. It will work out.
Cool.
Everything in its own time.
Mm-hmm.
The Two of Wands with the Death card, both are about change, right?
Mm-hmm.
In different sort of lowercase and uppercase.
Mm-hmm.
Change that is out of your control is what it symbolizes. The Two of Wands being like, now it's not, the wave is coming along to wipe you away, whether it's going to take you, whether you just want to or not.
Mm-hmm.
You waited too long. Now it's happening. The Two of Wands with the High Priestess, like a pause or a waiting period. The ball is sort of not in your court. So you got to kind of wait it out. It's someone else's court to decide. The Two of Wands with the Two of Pentacles, new career-y stuff. That's sort of the focus of where we're trying to decide or looking or what we think we need. The Two of Wands with the Six of Swords. It's time to move on.
Oh, damn.
A little bit of tough love there. Time to move on, babe.
Let it go.
Let it go. It let you go. Let it go.
Ow. Ouch.
The Two of Wands. This is actually very interesting because it's like a big, I don't think there's that many alarm bells, and especially too, we love Elliot Adams, and his book is the Fearless Tarot or Fearless Tarot, right? And it's all about no cards are scary.
Yeah.
But this is big warning bells. Two of Wands and the Tower is like, whatever you're desiring is something bad for you.
Oh.
Big stay away. Big no. We do not support. We do not endorse.
Yeah.
This is bad for you. But then the opposite kind of energy is the Two of Wands with like the Sun, the Chariot, and the Magician, that there's like a power and a brilliance there.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Wow.
Kind of interesting, huh?
That's so interesting. Oh, that reminds me, the Magician and the Two of Wands share some imagery, which is the lily and rose cross.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the Two of Wands, it also has those flowers that kind of cross each other. And lilies symbolize the sort of like purity and the spiritual realm. And roses represent passion and the material realm. And when those two meet, it's a manifestation.
Woohoo. You know, that's funny. I saw that the Two of Wands and Magician have a lot of energy in common too, because they're both about sort of power.
Mm-hmm.
But the Magician is more about like celestial, grand, divine power, and the Two of Wands is more about the power within you,
Right.
and trying to tap into that.
Right.
But you must always remember it doesn't begin within you. It is,
mm-hmm.
what is that? As above, so below.
So below. Yeah.
So that literally the Magician is more of the as above in this, and the Two of Wands would be more the so
below.
So below.
The more like the mundane.
Yeah, it's about the power within yourself.
Right. Which is very Aries.
Very much so.
Aries is all about like, I am their baby. They're like, I'm new. They're the creation, the inspiration, the like that sort of bursting forth energy.
Scary. Not for me, mate. Chill out, baby.
Chill out, baby.
Okay, yes, you can go first. You can go.
No.
Look, you cut in front of me, babe. We hear you. We hear you. We here for you.
We're here for you.
Any other Two of Wands wisdom to share with the folks?
No, I think we did that.
Now I'm going to look out of our window, wondering if the woman who crapped on our deck is coming back and if I should do anything about it. Real stay or do I go energy.
Right.
Waiting for her. Like she's at war.
I just want to talk.
I just got questions.
I got questions.
I'm not mad. That's what my honk said to the semi. I'm not mad.
No problem.
Are you an Aries? You must be. You're trying to get in front. You're not thinking about where I am.
Go ahead, babe.
Go ahead, babe. Awesome, babe. Well, guys, thanks for sticking with us.
Because we're with you.
From the womb to the tomb. Beep, beep. Who got the keys to the semi?